Greetings, minions and associates. If you're already a minion you would like to tithe, please hit like. If you would like to become a minion, please hit follow. If you would like to confess, please do so in the comments. And if you would like to evangelize, please share. So today I'm just basically talking about just autism and stuff in general. I'm basically, right now, I'm doing a test. I like to run about 5 streams or 6 streams, and it looks like my streams are intermittent right now for some reason on a couple of these. So I'm basically troubleshooting and trying to figure out what's going on. But I do have a much better connection than I did have, and so hopefully this will get her squared away for me. Okay, looks like I'm on Instagram now. See if Instagram likes me. We'll figure it out here in a second. Now we'll see if Kick likes me. Hey, it looks like Instagram likes me. Oh no! As soon as I got... Okay. We're going to stop Facebook. Can you just not handle that much? Okay. This is very interesting. All right, well, I'm going to go to a still screen for a little bit while I figure this out.
Hey, Scummer.
Hey, I just popped in and all I heard was like adult themes. So.
Well, we'll get to that later. Yeah.
Let's see, today is Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. So we remember all of our furry
Alrighty. Alrighty, I am back. I finally figured out all my problems. I am running, what, 3 3, 4, 5 streams today, and I couldn't get on Twitch because Twitch is stupid. Twitch would not let me. Hey, Trevor, I'm testing my connections. I just hooked up my Ethernet, and I'm running 5 streams right now. Everything looks really stable. TikTok seems to be the first one to go. But I mean, I've got a pretty good connection anyway. It was my Wi-Fi that was jacking me up, I believe. But oh, is it slow today? Well, that's kind of good for well, you know, everybody's. It's good that nobody's having a lot of troubles with their internet connection and all that crap. Trevor he helps ensure that a bunch of the internet connections for his company and so forth works. So he's constantly troubleshooting and working on that. Okay, wow! I cannot believe I'm actually stable. I've never been stable before. I've never had a stable stream, and I've got all 5 of them going. My goodness. I'm going to have to figure out how to get on Twitch. Twitch is not being friendly to me, I'll tell you that. They just updated their website to where you have to use an outside server to broadcast, which is fine. I can do that, but they reconfiguring the account and all that stuff to work is getting to be a little bit too much for this autistic brain here. So basically, yeah, I'm just going live to see what kind of questions and stuff I might get fielded. I guess I could go into the news. There was I found out that there's 5 things that are very, very consistent that are in the news. And first of all, it's probably adult suicide. Now, I say that's not actually in the news at all, but that's probably the number 1 story that doesn't get reported. Obviously, most suicides aren't reported in the news anyway, and so keeping track of how many autistic people there are, or the fact that an autistic person happened to off themselves, the media doesn't care about that, so you don't see those stories. However, when we get to kids, we get that's number 2. When we get to kids, there's a kid or 2 a week, it seems, Trevor. I know in the last couple of weeks here, it's been pretty harsh here. Here's our top story from today. Yeah, these are today's stories. But number 3. Number 3 is all science and stuff like that. Science stories like this CHD8 gene story. I might get into that one. But a lot of the missing kids is what's number 2. Then you get these science stories, and then number 4 tends to basically be your feel-good stories, your inspiration maze, your inspiration corn, as in maze. That tends to get quite a bit too. That was for TikTok, so I don't get demonetized or get a strike against me. I've gotten a strike. Yesterday I did 4 streams, Trevor, because I got four different things where TikTok got upset at me. So I had to restart my streams 3 times. Come on. Turn on. Okay. So let's look at the news here. Let's see. Don't want him to go autism. I don't know what this story is. Oh, I couldn't get to see this because they won't let you. L.A. Times won't let you see their thing. Uh, the Israelis are really heavy into studying autism. I don't know why, but they are very, very heavy in autism research. And I don't think that's a religious thing because, at least up to a couple of years ago, Israel has been, believe it or not, with the war that's going on and everything else, is one of the most secular countries in the world, believe it or not. So, what we're seeing in the Gaza Strip and so forth isn't really necessarily only a religious war, but it is a religious war. It's a unique database. New autism interventions could spring from Israeli research. Unique database of medical, behavioral, and genetic data can identify the best diagnosis, treatment, blah, blah, blah. Let me see this one. On the spectrum. Okay, this is, according to Caesar, we don't care about that. That's basically saying that there's 136 kids that have autism. The increase in new diagnosis, and listen to the way they're going to phrase this. This is going to be what's interesting. This is going to tell us a lot. The increase in new diagnosis stems from an increase of awareness among parents and improved diagnostic capabilities. There's no evidence that more autistic are being born as time goes on. Additionally, today, many autistic adults who have never been diagnosed, and no one really suspected they should be, receive the autism diagnosis. That's like myself. Well, I don't know. Once I told everybody I was autistic, they're like, "Oh, that was it. Gotcha. We knew something was up." So anyway, oh wait, you know what? I need to pull up here we go. Here's my comments from Instagram. I forgot I got to put my comments up so I can take questions. Otherwise, I won't know what they are if I don't see them. Oh crap! And now I'm doing Pueblo talk. Okay, so let's see, right here. Oh crap! And now I'm. Okay, here we go. Excellent. I just found out yesterday that you can undock chat. Hey, there's a way to undock chat. Pop out chat. Boop. I had no idea. I've been doing this all this time, and I did not know you could pop out chat from YouTube. Trevor, I am excited. My stream is still stable. I mean, it's like completely stable. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Well, this is really good. Maybe let's see. I really want to see what these Israelis. This story didn't say anything. That's a shame. It's a shame he didn't say anything. Mothers adhering to healthy dietary patterns at lower risk of having children with autism. Frankly, there might be something to this one. We know that there are what they call environmental factors, what environmental factors mean in medical jargon and scientific jargon is we have no freaking idea. It doesn't necessarily have to do with, quote, the environment as we think of it, like your bath soaps or your what you're eating, or it does not necessarily plastics or whatever. I mentioned plastics because there's a new study that came out saying that plastics causes an increased risk of autism. And it's like microplastics that we, or if we have a sandwich that's in a baggie, there's, I guess, microplastics that we end up eating and ingesting. And I guess they can actually tell that those are in our system, which is bizarre to me. A massive longitudinal study. What's a longitudinal study? I've got to, okay, now I've got to stop and go down this rabbit hole. What is a longitudinal study? I should know that, by the way. I really should, considering how many years I've looked at studies. Research method that involves repeated observations of the same variables over a long... okay. So basically, they've been doing the same study in the same way for a long time. So maybe you have a set of kids that are 10 years old. You're going to watch them for 10 years, and you're going to do the same exact test and ask them the same exact questions or whatever, and do every single one of them in that entire 10-year period exactly the same. Essentially is probably simplifying it, but the study revealed that children of these mothers are less likely to experience social communication difficulties at 3 to 8. So it's talking about a healthy dietary pattern. But the real question here is, what is a healthy dietary pattern? Decided to lock up. Oh, okay. Funny. You're like what you wrote, Trevor, is like half Chinese. Dal made us too, but it sounds really cool. It looks like really cool, like sci-fi, like super cool. Like Dal X made us too. That's definitely a robot, and you don't want to screw with that robot. Okay, that's what Dal X made us too. The first version was not red. They painted the second version of the Dal X made us 2 red. Oh, Dallas. Oh. Well, I liked my story better, Trevor. Mine was much cooler than yours. I'm sticking with mine. I mean, I had robots, and I was fixing to throw in dinosaurs, but you had to ruin it. Crap! This is supposed to be an autistic channel. Where's the dinosaurs? And the trains? Okay. Moving right along. Autism spectrum disorder is a developmental condition, and it's going to go into what it is. The cause of autism are not fully understood. It is believed that it is both genetic and environmental factors. This is some environmental factors that is so vitally important to this type of story. Now, I do not believe in snake oil by any means, and I do not believe that. I believe there's a real danger if we start really focusing on dietary things with pregnancy, which maybe we should do, and may be extremely important, don't get me wrong, but we're going to have a high propensity of people to start selling snake oil.
Well, this vitamin that I made up in my garage, this is the best vitamin, natural remedy that you could possibly buy. This will definitely cure that autism.
So there's a real danger of that. And the Australians are horrible about that. At least let me rephrase that. The Australian government is good about weeding them out, but for some reason, those snake oil salesmen show up in Australia all the time, and and it's just a constant battle with the authorities in Australia trying to knock down the scams of people trying to scam people, because they're willing to do or buy anything, to quote cure their kid of autism. But these environmental factors may in fact have a lot to do with diet, and I suspect, and I've said it before, I suspect that after all the years of research that I've done, I suspect that one of those environmental factors may indeed be diet. Now, it might be good for us to eat castor oil every day, or something horrible that tastes nasty. I don't know. That may be the wrong thing to do. It may be just eating vegetables. I don't know. It might be a high protein diet. I have no idea, but the one thing that I do suspect is common sense with just what we want to do with our planet anyway, and that is definitely just trying to ensure that our foods don't have a bunch of toxins and crap in it. And even our soil, like this plastic stuff, I'm sure if there's a bunch of plastic in the soil, it may go through the plants. I don't know. But it may add toxins or whatever to the plants, which of course we eat. So those environmental factors, I think, are something that we need to definitely keep in mind, that it may be diet. But once again, we don't want those snake oil salesmen to come knocking at everybody's door. So that's something that we definitely need to keep an eye out for in these times, as there's more and more research into autism, and more study into dietary factors and so forth. Recently, there has been a glowing interest in the potential link between prenatal dietary patterns and the risk of autism, which is what I've been talking about here the whole time. Previous studies have suggested that women who take multivitamins, folic acid, and consume adequate amounts of vitamin D and fish during pregnancy may have a lower risk of having children with autism. It has to be framed as a disease. What happened to my extension? What happened to my dark screen? I don't know where that extension went. How did I lose my dark screen? Buddy. Nope, I don't know. I don't have it. Okay, let's take a look at here. The cause of autism, and we know it's not understood. I was drawn to this. Okay, Catherine Frail and her colleagues conducted this study to explore whether a more comprehensive approach to dietary patterns during pregnancy could be linked to autism in children. To do this, they analyzed data from two large, well-known cohort studies: the Norwegian mother-father-child cohort study and Avon longitudinal study of parents and children. I was drawn to this topic because while some studies have explored the relationship between prenatal diet and the risk of autism in offspring, that means babies, their findings have been inconsistent and often based on small sample sizes. Smaller studies could be less reliable, so there was a clear need to investigate this link with a larger, more robust study. This study involved 95,200 women between 1999 and 2008. So yeah, I did get the longitudinal study right, evidently. The other study had 14,000. Yeah, those are great samples. Those are great samples. Now the problem here is that we have one group probably that is specifically Norwegian women, and another one that are English women, and just to their diets and their physical location, and there's so many factors there that are different just because of hereditary factors, environmental factors, and so forth. But by comparing these two studies, we might find a baseline and find out that what doesn't matter and what doesn't affect us. So both studies follow the development of mothers and their children over years. The results showed significant association between high adherence to a healthy dietary pattern during pregnancy and a lower likelihood of autism in children. Specifically, mothers in the highest adherence group had 22% lower odds of having a child diagnosed with autism compared to the lowest adherence group. That is interesting. So, as I've been saying for a year or two, I know you've heard me talk about this before, Trevor. Oh. So their Windows probably decided to check everything out and said, "Oh no," and probably stopped it. That Windows bugger. You're probably right. There's one thing that Windows does that, and a lot of companies do this, and that's forced updates and so forth, which I really cannot stand. BSOD. That almost sounds like like it's kind of like a kink. Hey, let's go do some BSOD, baby. Oh, no blue screens. We do not like blue screens. You know what? I have not had a blue screen in so long now. I have not had a blue screen in probably a decade. And I built probably, half a dozen computers or so, I'd say, or maybe more. And we never did even get blue screens on rebuilding computers or reinstalling software. We had all kinds of other glitches, but never a blue screen. Thankfully. Although my son did get a blue screen, and his computer, it was toast. The whole thing was corrupted and it was done. And it just one day, it was just corrupted. And that was it. Our study suggests a potential link between healthy prenatal dietary pattern. So my question is what's healthy? What's a healthy diet? Now they did say these vitamins and so forth. Well, what would be that would be the next question is what is a healthy diet for a pregnant autistic lady? Well, I guess we wouldn't have too many pregnant autistic men. Not a lot, anyway. Who knows nowadays? Maybe. I didn't know that. Blue screens are technically called bug checks according to the NT developers. Aha. Given these limitations, more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between prenatal diet and autism. I think I've heard that somewhere before. Isn't it funny how I say this stuff as I'm reading it, and then that's exactly where it ends up going. Maybe I've just read enough of these studies and so forth, or these articles about the studies, that I kind of always have an idea of where they're going anyway. But I am pretty excited on this particular article because this actually gives us some firm data, evidently. Now, the next thing would be to go to this study that studied the other studies directly, but I am horrible at reading studies. I am absolutely terrible at that. Speaking of which, I'm going to be a granddad, evidently, unless there's some kind of problems or something. And that kid, considering what we just talked about, that kid's going to be at a high risk of autism. like, like junk food, junk food, junk food. Gamers, all gamers have autistic kids. It was the monsters, after all. CHD8. You know what, though? Before we get into I'm going to go down this journey right now. Dark screen. I think that's what it's called. No. I put app. I can't remember what this app is called. Or no, browser. Is it? What do you call these things? Extension, yeah. Okay, dark screen extension. Dark mode. Yes. Is that what it's called? It must be dark mode. I thought it had another name. That looks right, though. Okay. Add to Chrome. I'm pretty sure that's the right logo. Anyway, this is the extension that will turn your screen to... Okay, cool. There we go. Let's see. Dark Reader. Yeah, this is right on... Maybe if I read... Hey, Dark Reader won't do Dark Reader on its own site? Are you really? Okay, look at that. Yes, it's working. Thank goodness. So that is Dark Reader. That is my favorite extension. And it is on Google Chrome, and you have nice dark screens like this instead of that. Oh my God, that hurts. That just hurts so bad. Oh, look at this. We can even mess with the brightness and contrast. I haven't really messed with that. I don't know what sepia. Sapias? What's a sepia? I don't know what that is. Grayscale off. Sepia. We're going to turn sepia on. We're going to turn sepia on. Sepia was this gal I dated in high school. No, I have no idea what that is. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Autism linked gene. Okay, I'm having some weird stuff happening right now. There we go. Collaborative research cracks the autism code, making the neurodivergent brain visible. Now, I have not heard about this at all. This is a new one to me. Multi-universities. Where is this? This is August 28th. So yeah, this is University of Virginia. Amazing. A multi-university research team co-led by University of Virginia engineering professor Gustavo R. Rode, R.K. Rode, has developed a system that can spot genetic markers of autism and brain images 89 to 95% accuracy. That's interesting. How is that even possible? Their findings suggest that doctors may one day see, classify, and treat autism and related neurological conditions with this method, without having to rely on or wait for behavioral cues. And that means this truly personalized medicine could result in earlier interventions. Autism is traditionally diagnosed behaviorally, but is a strong genetic basis. Yeah, we know that. Using a novel mathematical modeling technique, their system reveals brain structure patterns that predict variations on several regions of the brain genetic code, a phenomenon called copy number verifications, in which segments of the code are deleted or duplicated. These variations are linked to autism. Okay, that's consistent. TBM also allows researchers to diagnose normal biological variations in brain structure from those associated with the deletions or duplications. This is like big time stuff. This is huge. If this is like legit, this is huge. All right, this is very, very interesting. How TBM cracks the code. Okay. Additional co-authors are Harris Saar of Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and Elliot Shar Scher and Predic. Okay, these people definitely are not most of these people sound like their names are not from the United States, at least originally, or they're what am I trying to say? They're not Western Europeans, and most of these people are not Western European descent, which is kind of interesting, kind of cool that they're here and that they're doing these kinds of studies here. It's a shame that they have to come to the United States to do this stuff instead of wherever, But a lot of these people are probably Americans as it is anyway, and were born here. But a lot of these names look like they came from other countries, just because they do not look
Very American names.
not your Western European names anyway. All right, that was very, very interesting. I want to follow up on that one. I want to know more about that one. Heartbreaking update on 8-year-old boy in Texas. Yeah, and another one. He passed yesterday, or no, day before yesterday. He was in a pond. That pond that he was in was very dangerous. Anyway, I don't know if they have a picture of the pond they found him in, but that pond was just. They had bricks on the side of the pond. Instead of it having a bank that went down to the water, they had a brick walls that went all the way the inside circumference. So the water line was about 1.5 feet or so below those bricks. So if a little 10-year-old kid fell in there, it was probably too high for him to reach up to even pull himself out. It may or may not have been. Obviously, he got in enough trouble that he passed, unfortunately. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. North Carolina man. No, we don't want to do either. North California man to serve 27 years in prison for sexually exploiting autistic child. Oh my goodness. Wow. And he was 51. Why is an old man doing the... Oh, stop. It must have been pretty bad for him to put... I mean, it's all bad, don't get me wrong. But they put him in for 27 years, which is probably the max sentence that they could give him. So that means he'd be 78 if he was to get out at the end of his prison sentence. In Colorado, he could get out as early as like 15 years or so, probably. And that's just because of the way that Colorado does their books. They made some really weird laws. Let's see. That's a shame. SOAR Autism Center secures $19 million. Oh, wait, is that this one out of Seattle? Yeah, okay, this one's out of Denver, and it's a big ABA center. And, you know, it's really sad. Look at this. SOAR Autism Center has clinched $19.3 million to torture autistic kids. Isn't that wonderful? $1 million in a funding round. So basically, the government, the United States government, if I'm not misunderstanding this, the provider was seeking $20 million according to SA documents. Oh, thank goodness this was not, in fact, government funding. So they basically, this is what's sad. These people are raising all this money and getting donations or whatever, and it's a for-profit. ABA is for-profit. This is such a scam. This is such a huge scam. The dentist doesn't go, well, we've got broken teeth out there. We've got to raise millions of dollars for them broken teethers, and then we're going to charge you once you do have your appointment. But that's literally what they're doing here. This is not helping autistic kids. This is helping the company CEO, the SOAR for Autism CEO, who is getting bank. I guarantee you that the CEO is making bank. Guarantee you they're making bank. Definitely in the six figures. Guaranteed it. Guarantee it. So that's a shame. And here's yet another story of a police department trying to do good. Alamo Police Department launches Autism Awareness Initiative, wherever Alamo is. Alamo, Texas. Alamo Police Department is launching new initiative that aims to better serve people with autism. Remember, it's with autism because it's a disease. It's amazing how this is being framed as a disease, and we really need to change this. We really do. All right, authorities are now offering autism cards, a card that will allow responding officers to correctly approach a person with special needs who may not respond to verbal commands. Yeah, a lot of times they're usually taking them down before they ask them for an autism card.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have an autism card? Is that why you're not responding to me?
No, they're usually starting to beat people down and literally resort straight to physical force first. The Autism Awareness Initiative aims to prepare police to correctly handle and communicate when responding to a call. I hope that's what it does. The card will ask the person names it. Why do they have to have the puzzle pieces? Why? Why do they have to have this puzzle pieces? It's killing me. Oh, hey, Trevor. You know what? I have not had any difficulties with this stream at all. Now that I got it going, which is good. Yeah, look at all these puzzle pieces. Ugh. Oh, it's so sad. So once again, people, do-gooders who don't listen to the autistic community whatsoever. I hope my community doesn't try this kind of stuff. That's all I gotta say. Let's see. An occupant may have autism or special need, may not respond to verbal demands. But that's a great bumper sticker. Is without the puzzle pieces. Without the puzzle pieces, I would say this is great. Right here. A little card. Interesting. Let's see. Fort Bend. Authorities after safety checks following up death of child with autism. I haven't even heard of this one. This is out of the Houston Chronicle. Fort Bend. Where is Fort Bend? Is it Texas? Must be Texas. Oh, okay. Yeah. Back when it was... This is Texas. Whoops. This isn't going to let me look at them. And it's not worth it. But let's see. How old was Ryan? Hey, okay, here's Ryan was an 8-year-old nonverbal boy. This autistic drowning is an epidemic. If we're going to call autism an epidemic, autistic children drowning as a result is an epidemic. USU offers free professional development focused on autism. This sucks because this is from academia, so it's going to be wrong. Oh my goodness, they're going to be teaching about ADA and all kinds of yucky stuff like that, more than likely. Let's see. Logan, because Utah lags behind on all other states in the early identification of autism, thank you, religion. Policy and practice will offer a new eco-professional development project focused on autism. So evidently, the Mormons have figured out that they are not able to pray away autism. Wow. They've just now figured that out. They're not going to put it that way, but you can see their actions here. They definitely have figured it out, which is good. Very good. It is an effort to improve the chances autistic children have a success because prayer doesn't work. Just 10 Utah children per 1,000 were identified with autism. Oh my God, by 48 months, according to the... Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. I thought they were going to say 10 in 1,000 like children by the time they were 18 or something. That's not quite so bad. The network average is more than 21 per 1,000. So they're at about half the rate of the rest of the country. Many autistic children are often years into school before they receive services because of a delay in identification. Thank you, Mormonism. Starting September 25th, Autism Echo sessions will be available to educators, special service providers, and oh my goodness, this is such a problem that they're really having. Well, at least they're doing something. At least Utah is doing something now. That's good. That's very good. Let's see here. Ah, crap. Another one? This is 16 hours ago. Child found safe after being reported missing by Tulsa police. Wow. Well, that's great. After seeing the Tulsa police, security guard was driving home. When she saw the child walking down the path, he was able to call it and help bring police the child back home. Oh my goodness. Let's see. The police are searching for the missing child. Police said 13-year-old male was last seen at McDonald's. He is low functioning. So basically, the police found him walking down the road, which is good. It's amazing that he stayed on a path. I tell you what, autistic kids cannot walk on a path for the life of them. There's too much stuff that distracts autistic kids that draws them right off of that path. And when they find kids, like almost immediately, they've gotten off the beaten path. Very, very strange thing. UVA research cracks autism code. Maps neurodivergent brain. This is another one on that, which is awesome. Global spectrum disorders diagnosis, market size, share, and growth analysis. Oh, what a report. I cannot wait for this. Oh my goodness, this might be worth a video on its own. Okay, well, nope, this is just for London. This is just for England. Darn it. Or is it all the UK? Woo! We must be talking about let's see, the global, oh, this is global. The global autism spectrum disorder diagnosis market has demonstrated significant growth, expanding from $25 billion to $27 billion. You catch that, Trevor? $27 billion is what we're worth. And medical services and so forth. That's almost incentive for there not to be a cure to autism. I tell you what, the last thing in the world the ABA therapy wants is a cure for autism. At least that's some people that don't want a cure. Your ABA therapist. This growth has driven by the increase of awareness, recognition of ASD, expanded by diagnostic criteria, advancements in diagnostic tools, improvement to healthcare systems, effective public health campaigns. Yeah. A lot of this has to do with the autistic community, actually. The autistic community is really coming together and making autism more and more at the forefront of people's minds. And so our community definitely is making a difference. Just by doing things like what I'm doing here today, there's liable that some odd person or whatever might happen onto this and maybe learn something about autism, which is kind of why I do this. And also to help autistic people. This growth has been driven by increased awareness. Okay, we've been there. The anticipated growth is supported by rising prevalence of ASD, growing awareness, early screening programs, and a focus on precision medicine and biomarkers. Wow, 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 wow. Improvements in health. Okay, looking ahead, the market is projected to continue its upward trajectory, reaching $36 billion by 2028. I wouldn't be surprised if it. I think they're underestimating that by far. The people who are crunching the numbers on that don't realize how often autism is being diagnosed now. I don't think they recognize what the power and strength of the autistic community by putting awareness out there, what we're doing to make this. Well, howdy, how you doing? User 2674997814718. That's so easy to say. So yeah, this is crazy. $36 billion. I think that is going to be more. I mean, we're at 20. What was it? 25 billion right now. That's what we're worth. That when we talk about ABA, this is this number that we're talking about here. When we're talking about Autism Speaks, this is all in this number right here. What we are worth, what we make, what our money earning potential by being autistic and having all these medical expenses. That's why ABA loves us so much. And why ABA, any business, if you have a business, the purpose of the business is to succeed and to grow and to flourish. Bottom line, make money. ABA therapy is a business. Bottom line, make money. Rising awareness and advancements fuel market growth. The market's robust growth. See, they're talking in the terms of markets. The market's robust growth is largely attributed to the increasing prevalence. Here, I'm going to show you this here. Due to the increasing prevalence of autism spectrum disorder, the expansion and awareness of early screening programs, precision medicine, and biomarkers are also playing a crucial role in this growth. Innovations in diagnostic technologies. So basically, yeah, we're getting more and more aware. Key players and market trends. Let's see. Wow, this is weird. Drug companies are in this. Hoffman and LaRoche. I don't know if that one's a drug company. Merrick is definitely a drug company. Abivi, I'm not familiar with that one, are at the forefront of autism spectrum disorder diagnostics market. The companies are investing in AI-powered platforms to enhance diagnostic accuracy and early detection. And they're going to be applying AI to our genome very, very quickly, particularly for things like autism and CP, whatever is out there, Down syndrome, those, these things that can be debilitating. There's going to be genetic studies, and there's going to be AI that is employed in those genetic studies to further the market, basically. This trend towards integrating AI and advancing analytics into diagnostic processes is transforming the market. Oh yeah, because it's all about the market. That's all it is. Trend shaping the market, ongoing development of innovative diagnostic technologies, and like yesterday we were looking at some electric thing that some gals put into kids' brains. thinking that that's going to work. So that does include snake oil. Increasing focus on adult diagnosis, rising demand for point of care testing, integration of AI and machine learning, growth in research activities, expansion of specialized diagnostic centers. I think they're overstating basically a lot of these. Market segmentation. The autism spectrum disorder diagnosis market is segmented as followed by type: autistic disorders, Asperger's, what? Behavioral approaches, and hospital, pharmacies, drugs. What? Oh, TikTok. Stop. They're saying that I wasn't involved in my channel. TikTok tells me that I'm goofing off way too much. At least I haven't gotten a strike today. Usually, if I'm talking about autism, I get some kind of strike no matter what. I don't know. I guess I'm picking on myself. Asia Pacific emerged as the largest region in the autism spectrum disorder diagnosis market in 2023 and is expected to maintain its leading position. But that's, well, I would hope to be expected because there is a larger population, Asian population, than there is of basically everybody else. So, of course, I would expect that to be the largest demographic. I would hope that that's the largest demographic of where money is being made anyway on autism. The region's growth is driven by increasing ASD awareness, healthcare advancements, and expanding diagnostic capabilities. Yeah, I know. I was really surprised at how up to par, like even like Thailand is, and Thailand is has a lot of really great facilities and so forth, and they really do specifically treat autistic kids. I was very impressed with it. I thought that Thailand might be a bit behind on that specifically, but nope. In fact, Thailand might be ahead of the United States in many ways. All right, so I'm fielding any kind of questions about autism, narcolepsy, POTS, Ehlers-Danlos, ADHD, alexithymia, things like that. Well, here we have another drowning of a 3-year-old found in Dunn's Creek, wherever that is. Let's look at this story here.
Drowned. I'm Ben Becker.
I'm Tanika Hughes. This time it happened in Putnam County, and advocates are trying to make sure parents know the dangers. Action News Jackson Annette Gutierrez is live in Putnam County. Annette, this is the second drowning involving a child with special needs in less than a month's time.
Ben, Tanika, this is such a sad update. I spoke with some neighbors who say they are heartbroken about what happened to little Gabriel and his family. The neighbors say that there's a creek in their backyard, and that's where deputies say they found him. And this isn't the first time we've reported on drownings involving children with autism. We have reported on several incidents, and this is the second one in Putnam County.
Gabriel was only 3 years old and had autism. He lived on Clearwater Road near a canal. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office said the family looked for Gabriel for about 20 minutes before reporting him missing around 3:30 this afternoon. About 2 hours later, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office said a dive team found him dead in the water near a dock by his home.
I know a lot of parents think it's never going to happen to me. I watch my kids. Drowning is quick and silent. It's not what it looks like in the movies with the splashing and the screaming.
Autism Society of Florida President Stacy Hoagland says the water is more dangerous for kids with autism because they are drawn to it.
2024 has been probably the most tragic year for drowning of children possibly ever recorded.
Action News Jax has reported on several drownings involving kids with special needs so far this year. We told you last month when a 7-year-old girl was found dead near her home in St. Johns County, and when a 4-year-old Jacksonville boy drowned in an Orlando resort. In March, a 4-year-old boy from Putnam County had also drowned in a river near his home.
Nobody should feel as though their kids are immune to drowning, because it can happen to anyone. So everybody should make sure that they have those layers of protection in place.
Autistic or not. But in particularly autistic kids.
And Hoagland says to make sure you have extra fencing around any body of water, pools, creek, anything, and also to have an alarm on your doors, to have extra supervision, and to know CPR. And the Sheriff's Office says this is an active investigation. For local coverage you can count on, reporting live in Putnam County, Annette Gutierrez.
That's scary. When they say that it's an active investigation, that means they may charge the parents. And as you can see, this is very, very, very common. And this is not a parent not paying attention. This is something that just happens and cannot be stopped. Bullshit. Well, okay, this might be true. Most parents want early biomarker testing for autism, which is interesting. That may be true. However, that would be probably asking a neurotypical population, because if they were to ask specifically a autistic population, that definitely would not be the case. Howdy, Lily. Many of these parents would welcome predictive testing for autism as young as 6 months old. Well, okay, here we go. Your live is not eligible for recommendation, restricted and search results because it may contain unoriginal or reproduced content. This is in line with the For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. I have no idea what this means. So I'm going to pull this over here so you guys can see this. In fact, can I magnify? I don't have my magnifier. Darn it. But anyway, here it is right here. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it may contain unoriginal appeal. But what I am going to do so I just appealed the submit I hate the way they say I have unoriginal content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off TikTok, and I'm going to come right back because TikTok sucks. Go live. Chat and interview. Go live. All right. I would so love to get somebody in the chat. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to copy this. Paste. Oh boy. Okay. Party on, Lane. Alrighty. I'm sitting here messing around with my technical stuff right now. If anybody has any questions about narcolepsy, autism, etc., all right, I'm going to take a quick break here. Okay. Greetings, minions and associates. If you are already a minion you'd like to tie, please hit like. If you would like to become a minion, please hit follow. If you would like to confess, please share. And if you would like to... Wait a minute. If you want to confess, you need to do so in the comment. If you would like to share, please evangelize. I am so screwed up today. Anyway, today I'm testing my stream. I just got updated my setup to where I now have an Ethernet and I'm not running off of Wi-Fi. And I was losing all of my streams. I'm running 5 streams right now, and that was it. Just was not giving me a steady enough connection. So I'm very glad to finally be able to have steady connection and be able to talk. Just answering questions about narcolepsy, POTS, EHlers-Danlos, whatever questions anybody might have. Howdy, Nikki. How you doing today? I have been looking at the news a little bit, but I think I'm going to go into the news later on this evening and on another stream. This was really primarily to test my equipment. But yeah, if I can get some questions or whatever from TikTok or what have you. I just got I don't know what you call it. You know what? I am doing pretty good right now. I was very burned out and I was gone for a while. Because I had gone 6 months with dealing with the Autism Speaks and so forth. I had been doing lives talking about them very, very well. I did well over 100 hours of just talking about why you shouldn't support Autism Speaks. And so for about 2 or 3 months, I was doing a lot of lives, and I really got burned out. I got discouraged and burned out, and but hopefully I'm back now, and particularly since I got a much more stable connection, I feel much better about what I'm doing, and I can definitely be a lot more consistent about this. I was having a lot of problems with consistency because I simply couldn't stay on stream. So that's where that is. I'm going to be doing some testing here on my narcolepsy, which that's going to be fun. Here in a month or so through my pulmonary doctor. And it's interesting that when you talk about sleep, the first thing they talk about is a pulmonary doctor, I guess because of sleep apnea. I know I don't have sleep apnea. I just have narcolepsy and don't sleep very much. All right, well, I think I'm going to take a quick break here, and I'm going to possibly shut her down for now because I do know I can have a good stream, and I will work on getting a program together for this afternoon.